It's just about how you approach it and how you make it not just like
edgy.
This is the difference between someone who wants to talk about darker subjects. Today's guest, George Zach's a really good example of this. When he wants to be dark and intelligent about stuff, he's really, really good. Some of the stuff he did last night was excellent. We've been doing Adam Rowe and Friends all week, by the way, me, Eshaan and George. And there's a difference between someone just going, making a joke where the punchline is, dead baby.
Yeah.
And George has got a routine about, I won't ruin the bit in case anyone wants to see him, but about being on an airplane and how many babies are on the plane if the plane goes down and how that affects how it will be reported.
Yeah.
That is a joke, and he says the word dead baby 100 times in it, and at no point does it feel like a cheap hack dead baby joke.
Yeah.
That's the difference on like how stuff is just an edgelord comic who's just fucking shit at comedy, getting a cheap laugh by going, and then a fucking raped her as a punchline.
Yeah.
Then talking about the concept of rape and what, and like, not that there's always a huge amount of humour in any of these subjects. It's about finding it in a way where someone who has got a lived experience of the dark stuff you're talking about would hopefully not be offended by what you're saying. That's ideally what you're trying to do, is talk about dark subjects in a way that if there's someone in the room who is affected by the subject you're talking about, they are happy you've spoken about it because you're shining a light on it and not making victims of events or like attacks the butt of the joke. That's the difference.
Your terrorism bit, isn't it?
Yeah. My terrorism routine, the butt of the joke is the terrorist.
Yeah. Not terrorism.
And look, this it'd be very easy to sort of go through my back catalogue and find bits where I'm being a bit hypocritical here, as you could with all comedy, and it's not black and white. There's a lot of grey areas to stuff like this. And sometimes you just say something because it's funny and you're trying to say the worst thing to make your mates laugh. That's okay as well at times. And it's the comedian's personal judgment call. And something being too soon, again, depends on where you're saying it, why you're saying it, and how you're saying it. These questions that we get, that obviously they provoke a bit of conversation like this, but they're very hard to answer with a one-size-fits-all comment. Because, like, the day the Queen died or the day after, I got on stage and said, you know, do you reckon she came again after Philip died? That was the opening line to my set.
That's often the best time for me when something like that happens. The best time is near the thing. I think there's something.
Yeah, disarms everyone, doesn't it?
Yeah,
weirdly.
But I think there's something that is too late as opposed to too soon. And what I mean by too late is like you do a bit like a Maddie McCann joke.
Yeah, it's too late now.
It's too late.
Yeah, now it's just like leave it.
Yeah,
it's hacking. It's boring.
And also there have been like some edgier things.
But also, you wouldn't do a Maddie McCann joke even, or you wouldn't do a Queen joke. I wouldn't have done a Queen joke at the time if I was gigging in, I don't know,
Chipping Norton.
Chiswick.
Chiswick, yeah.
Like a fancy suburb of London where there's probably going to be a load of flag shaggers in the audience who give a shit. Like someone they love is dead. I made that joke at phase 1 in front of a crowd that had came to see me.
Yeah.
They know who I am and what I'm. There's a time and a place, and it's the comedian's judgment call with every individual thing to judge whether something's too soon and or indeed too late.
Yeah. But then also sometimes the decision as to whether something is off limits, for we're the kind of comedians where we think nothing is off limits. You can attempt to joke about anything. You can attempt to joke about absolutely anything. It might not always fly, but sometimes it does. But sometimes it being too soon or just off limits gets policed by the audience. Like, and it can be extreme. So I've had, as you know, I've had death threats for some of the stuff that I've said. Guy turned up with a knife at a gig because he was unhappy with what he thought was anti-Muslim stuff. And
how did you know he had a knife?
Because he showed me like a knobhead.
What, when you were on stage?
Yeah, so what happened was he saw me one week, this was at Backyard Comedy Club. He comes up to me afterwards and he goes, you shouldn't be making all these anti-Islamic jokes.
Was he a Muslim?
Well, apparently that's how he presented himself. And I said, well, I'm not making anti-Islamic jokes.
Be really, really funny if he wasn't.
Yeah.
He was just like a really devout Christian.
The biggest white knight you'll ever see.
I'm Jewish, me, mate. But still.
Stop it.
This anti-Islam stuff, bang out of order.
Leave them alone, they've had enough. And then he said, oh, if you carry on, I'm going to do something about it. I'm like, I mean, you're fucking not though, are you? And the next week he turned up and he showed me his knife before we went into the gig. Now, obviously, he did that as a power play to be like, I can control what this guy says. I just went on stage and I said, there's a guy here with a knife who wants to stab me over there.
You should have showed them yours.
They turned the house lights on.
Did they get him out?
Yeah.
Of course they got him out. He's got a
No, they were
knife.
like, actually, stay, lad.
I just want him to be well lit. if anyone sees him stand up at any point, alert me.
Yeah, because the light would bounce off the knife and
Reflect
you'd
the
see him
light
getting up. Yeah.
Yeah. If I was in there, I just got my knife out and just been blind. You would have.
Photo shoot.
Yeah, like a watch.
So what did he just leave and you never saw him again?
I haven't seen him again
What a
since.
shitbag.
But maybe he's waiting for me to do a bigger show. And my thing is, I wouldn't mind getting non-fatally stabbed. Because I think that would be
Wouldn't
good.
mind.
It would benefit you.
Oh, it would be incredible for
Do you
his
know what I mean?
career. Yeah.
Yeah.
People would really back me.
I would mind it. I don't want to ever be stabbed in any capacity.
What if he
Personally.
missed? That'd be good.
No, I don't want to. I don't want anyone to ever knife attack me,
I get it.
successfully
Yeah, I mean-
or unsuccessfully. Do you get it?
I-
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I reckon in the moment be quite terrifying, and I reckon it would probably make me anxious for all future performances.
I agree.
Yeah.
So I think it would be quite have quite the negative impact on my ability as a performer
Detrimental.
if I was constantly worried about a knife attack. I'll tell you who's a really good shining example of this. You know, Dave Chappelle played Hot Water Comedy Club
Yeah.
and was on stage, you know, just telling jokes and inhaling alcohol. And afterwards, he wanted to go for some food.
Yes.
And we said that, oh, there's a place that's like a 5-10 minute walk and we'll take you there. And he was
Mayflower?
like, great. No, that wasn't open.
That was the
So
plan.
it was like, it's just down the road. And he was like, okay, I'll meet you there. And we thought, oh, he's just getting off because he got in a car.
Yeah.
It's like, it's down the road. He was just nervous about being attacked because he'd just been attacked not long ago, a few months earlier on stage in LA with the guy who went at him who was accused of being transphobic and stuff.
Yeah.
That has affected him.
He had
You can see it in him.
He had two guys in the wings.
No, but he's always got two guys in the wings.
Oh, has he?
That's always been the thing. He's always had security because he's, you know, he's so famous. He's the most famous comedian maybe ever.
Well, Bobby Davro.
Yeah, Bobby Davro, of course. Yeah.
He's got 6 people around him at all times.
But that has really affected Chappelle. You can really see it in him.
Yeah.
Like, he's nervous around people. He's consciously like, what's going on? We weren't allowed to take a photograph of even ourselves in the Chinese restaurant. Jeff Ross took one and was like, oh, I'll send you there.
Yeah.
But he was like, no other photographs.
The
At
security
one point,
team came
Carl
over,
tried to take a little picture to send to our group chat just to tell Dan we're in the Chinese with
Dave
Chappelle. And it was a dodgy picture, but you could sort of tell it was him. And Carl put it in the group chat and I opened it on my phone and Jeff Ross went, don't. Because he thought I was about to tweet it.
Yeah.
Right.
You weren't even allowed to be on your phone around them as
Yeah.
stuff for like, put your phone down.
Don't be on your phone around him. Because in their head, they're like, right, they're telling people Dave Chappelle's here. There's going to be a load of people here and one of them might attack him.
The thing is with comedy, because of its proximity to the audience, and the best comedians make it look like you're just having a chat, everyone thinks that their access point to us, and particularly like with Have a Word as well, all everything that you've done with Have a Word, the access point seems so much closer that people just think that they can just do something like that. I mean, imagine trying to stab me. I still maintain that I wouldn't mind. Like, don't do it.
Yeah, that's
But
not.
you wouldn't
set that
mind.
I
precedent.
wouldn't. Just
You
yeah.
would mind.
Yeah, I might mind.
It would probably ruin
It
your
would be
career.
terrifying for the rest of your life. You'd have such severe anxiety about going back on stage.